My compliments on making it this far.
He does sound good.
Then again,
Was that lightning?
I don't know.
we in the Fire Nation
That was super bright.
have always prided ourselves on our resourcefulness.
Yes, that was
Oh
lightning.
my gosh.
Isn't that right,
That was so bright.
Azula?
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
She let them in?
Guys, what the heck? Lightning just struck when Azula walked in.
Oh!
Outside of our window. That was crazy. That is awesome.
Hey guys, welcome back to our reaction to Avatar, The Last Airbender Netflix edition. Last time on this show, we really
Kyoshi
enjoyed
Island.
it.
Yes.
It was great.
Yeah, I think the second episode was definitely an improvement on the first one. We weren't trying to be too negative about the first one. We did enjoy aspects of it, but the second one really stepped it up. So I wonder if they're going to continue with that trend,
We
or
keep
if we're
hearing
going
that
to.
people continue to like it more as it goes on, so.
Yeah, I
excited.
wonder how we'll feel about it. If you're joining us for the first time, we are major Avatar fans of the original series. And we're just excited to see how Netflix is stacking up to the quality and belovedness of the original. The original is so good and iconic, and
Obviously, this is an interpretation.
an adaptation.
It's not a replacement. It's a variation.
It's a variation.
And
yes.
so we're not expecting
It's a
it.
take.
We're not expecting it to be as amazing as in all of the ways the original was.
Yeah.
Because it can't do all the things the original did.
One of the
But-
things that we are hopefully not annoying you guys with is our constant comparisons. Not in any negative way, but we tend to notice when the changes are being made, and we tend to acknowledge it. And then after we finish the reaction and do our discussion afterwards, that's when we tend to break down the differences and go over whether or not we like them. And so
Because we're not opposed to changes, and as long as they're done in a way that like benefits the story, the adaptation.
yeah.
Because there can be good changes that you can just accept.
Yeah. I think that some of the changes of the last episode were really good.
Yeah.
And in this episode, so anyway, we're just very familiar with the show, so we tend to notice a lot of those little details. And so hopefully we're not annoying you guys, but we're coming here open-minded and ready to see what is in store this episode. So if we're following the main plot, what happens after Kyoshi Island, I believe, is the Omashu storyline, which is the title of this episode, Omashu. And then
It's just a lot more condensed.
throughout season 1, we have, they meet a lot of different characters. I wonder, I believe it's episode 5. It's either episode 4 or 5 of the original show that we get introduced to a character named Haru and his family. And he's an earthbender who gets arrested. And Katara has to go into the prison and save him. I wonder if they're omitting that from this storyline because we didn't see him in any of the trailers. They obviously have cut out also the waterbending scroll arc, story arc of Katara and her mother's necklace gets picked up by Zuko at the end of the Haru episode. And that whole storyline comes to a close. That little mini side arc comes to a close in the pirate episode, which I think they're omitting as well because she already has the waterbending scroll. It was given to her by Gran in this. So yeah, I'm just curious to see how they're going to be splicing things together, how they're going to be telling all of these little storylines within 8 episodes, because episode 1 and episode 2 were pretty self-contained. So how are they going to fit in? Are they going to do the winter solstice storyline of Aang going to meet Roku for the first time? They kind of already did that with Kyoshi, so who knows? Speculation abounds. I think we should just get into it. So
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
If you enjoy this episode, please give it a like and subscribe for more. Also, you can go check out our Patreon where you can go support the channel and get special perks. Be sure to leave a comment letting us know what you thought of this episode. And
without further ado, let us get into episode 3 of Avatar, The Last Airbender. Man, one of the things that this show has going for it really is the set design and the mise en scène.
yes.
Shouldn't we wait? We don't have the numbers.
We have our anger. For the first time in a century, We have hope. I want you to meet someone willing to risk everything for our cause.
My mother and my brother in the siege at Ba Sing Se.
She works at the palace.
Did the siege of Ba
She's
Sing
willing
Se
to
already
help
happen?
us.
Or
At great
Iroh
personal
siege? Okay.
risk.
Yeah.
Fire Lord Ozai
Oh.
must die tonight!
Okay.
This is an interesting twist.
Good luck with that, guys.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Assassination! Oh gosh.
There
Execution.
is no way out. But you must have known
He looks
this was a
good.
one-way journey. Or did you expect my men to just lay down their arms after you slaughtered their Fire Lord? Are we not the greatest nation in the world? Have I not led us to the brink of bringing the entire world under one rule? Our rule.
How many more lives? Will it take another century of loss and suffering?
Do not speak to me of loss.
Interesting.
My compliments on making it this far.
He does sound
Whoa.
good.
Then again,
Was that lightning?
I don't know.
we in the Fire
That was
Nation
super bright.
have always prided ourselves on our resourcefulness.
Yes, that was
Oh
lightning.
my gosh.
Isn't that right,
That was so bright.
Azula?
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
She let them in?
Guys, what the heck? Lightning just struck when Azula walked in.
Oh!
Outside of our window.
You may have stopped us.
That was crazy.
But there is one out there who
That
cannot be
is
stopped.
awesome.
The one who has returned to us.
Oh! Oh my gosh!
Oh!
Demon child.
So she told
Yes.
on
The
them.
one
Yes.
who will restore balance to the world. Can you believe they think the Avatar has returned?
That is crazy that sorry. It's just sometimes
What's this?
Life.
A message
Yep.
from one of
hopefully
my commanders in
the
the southern seas.
the power doesn't go out while we're recording.
What he had to
Oh, yeah.
report, however,
Zuko has found the Avatar?
your brother has done the impossible.
Her face is so much rounder than her cartoon.
Yeah, I know.
Her cartoon is so sharp.
Really?
Interesting. They're bringing her in early. Okay. Well, that's really early.
The water whip. Arms,
Classic.
weight shift, wrist snap.
The monks always told us to find a place where emotion meets spirit, a place deeper than thought. Tap into your feelings and gather energy from them.
Tap into your feelings.
Star Wars.
Search your feelings. That's the dark side.
Yeah.
Wow. That's okay. The monks always said I never listened. I think that's what they said. I never listened.
Okay, it's time to go. We shouldn't stay in the same place for too long.
Oh my goodness. Classic. Yes! Oh, beautiful. Oh, Lord of the Rings.
I think it's another airbender.
They're doing this
He's
early
headed for
too.
that mountain.
That's no mountain. That's Omashu.
That's no moon.
Appa, yip yip.
He may be the Avatar, but he still needs to eat and drink.
The population center, then.
This team up
I can
actually is
alert my
happening. Okay.
contacts.
No! I told you, no one else can know of his existence.
Which is why I suggest you allow me to contact a few trusted sources. You don't need to be told any more than necessary.
The point. There is an order to the way we do things here. Rules. We are Fire Nation. Even out here.
It's bright, man.
Omashu was carved out of a living mountain. It's one of the wonders of the Earth Kingdom. Of
Oh
the
my
world,
goodness,
actually.
that's loud.
And they
Sorry
have
to
an incredible
be
delivery
distracted
system
by the lightning.
that winds through the whole city. And the people there, They're artists, scientists, builders. Plus, food there is amazing.
Wow. That looks good.
Yeah. His cabbages?
They don't take kindly to outsiders in Omashu.
What makes you think we're outsiders?
Was that the cabbage guy? Wait,
It looked
that was the cabbage moment for sure.
We're new here, but we have a friend we need to see. We just could use a little help getting inside.
Is that Haru? I don't know.
Sure you can make that look good too.
Hey,
well.
hey, you had a little friend the last
She's one of the
episode.
last-
State your business.
Headed to market, as usual. Oh, it wasn't a great crop this month. She told me I wasn't watering the turnips enough. Knew there was a reason I married her.
Irrigation, am I right?
My brother-in-law would agree if he could speak. Struck mute at birth.
You'd be amazed at how much he can say without words. Just the other day, he made us laugh so hard.
All right, that's enough. Move along.
Look what two earthbenders can do in this. Wow.
Sick. Yeah, the slides.
Avatar has such great world building, you know?
Yeah.
Wow, that looks amazing.
They ditched their disguises.
Yeah. Well, they're past the guards now.
Omashu can be a dangerous place.
Who is this man? Is that supposed to be Haru, guys? I don't know.
Hey, wait up! Hey, watch out for my hill!
No, he did get inside. Okay.
My cabbages.
See? They're doing all this early. Wow.
Oh, wow, so early.
You're not an airbender.
Because normally he's up at the
my gosh,
Northern Air
yeah.
Temple.
Of course I'm not.
Hey,
Oh my gosh.
we can't see.
He's an airbender.
And you're a waterbender.
Oh my gosh.
Are you all right?
This is amazing.
Dad, I'm fine.
We should get him out of the smoke.
Here, our house is right here.
They
Did
live
you
here?
cause that explosion, bro?
Thank you.
Katara.
My name is Sai.
They live here? What the heck?
What were you doing out there?
How was I supposed to know there'd be another bombing?
Bombing? I mean, that wasn't an accident?
Nothing the Fire Nation does is an accident. Their spies are everywhere in the city.
Omashu could be a dangerous place.
More water.
Oh.
You're
That
an
wasn't Haru.
airbender. Do you realize what this means? We finally have a way to take the fight to the enemy.
What, he was the bomber?
You could drop
Yeah.
bombs on
Oh.
them, rain down destruction.
Whoa.
Pretty great, huh? That's the mechanist to the king of Omashu.
Mechanist? Ah.
Wow, that's
Fancy
crazy.
word for someone.
Interesting.
They're
Don't listen to
combining
him.
these
He's
storylines
responsible
together.
for maintaining the best parts of the city.
Play but a small role.
Hey, if everyone in Omashu were as dedicated as you, this war would be over.
Well, we have our own part to play in the war. Right, Aang?
Right, of course. Just promise me, you'll really stick it to the firebenders. Make them pay.
He's like,
Sokka.
what?
This stuff is incredible. I mean, look at this. Those are for cleaning under your toenails. It can get bloody.
Oh. We're gonna do the air balloons
on
and
that
this?
sorting
or-
machine? It's spring-powered. Ingenious. I should have done that with our kayak racks back home.
Oh my goodness. Terrorists attack. Just random.
This place used to be incredible. A place I couldn't wait to see. A place where amazing things were created, not destroyed. It's my responsibility to help these people.
What about getting to the north? Didn't Kiyoshi tell you had to get there to prevent a tragedy?
Yes, and I'm gonna do that. If I'm going to save the world, I have to do it one person at a time. That's why I'm staying in Omashu. Because I want to
Cool cut.
and I think I can. Because I'm the Avatar. Now tell me about these bombings.
All right.
He's done the impossible. He's done nothing.
Oh my
He
gosh.
spent 3 years on an ocean cruise while I've been here doing everything Father has asked. Who's the one risking her life to root out traitors? People in the Resistance aren't the brightest of flames. Then again, what can you expect from peasants?
At least you got out into the city. Zuko may be banished, but he's out there exploring the world. If I were him, I wouldn't want to come back. Technically, he is first in line to be Fire Lord.
The knives.
And that's dangerous.
So, what can you do about it? You're here. He's out there.
There are always ways to get in the game, if you know which pieces to play. The Avatar has
Wow, she's
returned.
so, like,
My mother told
all
me
of this stuff
stories
is
of the
super
Avatar and how
early.
he
That's
returned one day.
very interesting.
Dad, do you remember her stories?
Very interesting.
What I remember is that your mother was taken from us by this cursed war. And I remember everything we've had to do to stay alive since then. We worked hard and we kept our heads down.
You pretend like you don't care what's going on out there, but I know you hate the Fire Nation as much as I do. I mean, why else would you build all this if not to help our army? I know how. I have a hunch about where the bombers might be gathering. It's high up on the mountain. Can't really reach there by myself, but with your airbend, the strongest updrafts are in the morning, so we should fly then.
Well, tomorrow? No, Teo, no, you're supposed to help me with the airship. I still need to fix the attitude control before I show it to the generals.
I can help with that.
That looked like a air balloon that he was holding.
My sources say an airbender was spotted there.
Omashu.
I'll send 2 of my best men to confirm the report. They can be in and out before...
No, Uncle Iroh and I will go. No one else.
As you wish. I trust you understand the danger. If anything happens in Omashu, we won't be able to help you.
I love the look of it. It's stunning. Ouch.
What are you doing?
Wait, is this Jet?
Fire Nation spies.
But that means the mechanist is a
Traitor. Come on.
I think it's Jet.
Yeah, maybe. This is all happening in Omashu.
Sokka and Aang. They're in danger. I've got to warn them.
They'll be fine. Mechanist
All
may have
right.
code, but he's a coward. He never take any direct action. This one, on the other hand.
Yes, it's Jet. Okay, then. I did not expect it. He looks good. Oh, his swords!
Who are you?
My name is Jet.
You can call me Jet.
Ah, they do.
A lot of introductions.
This episode is like packed.
Why did I think it's a good idea for them to just fly around the city? Very obviously.
They're children.
What?
They're children.
Yeah.
They're young, and I mean, that's like part of the early part of the show too. Is they're
That's
really
true.
not as
Pursuit was so clumsy, I wasn't sure you'd ever catch up.
Big talk for someone who's outnumbered.
Good thing I brought friends then.
cool. Whoa! Cool. Where's Pipsqueak?
I brought friends too.
There's Pipsqueak. Yeah. Oh. Break the guy's neck. Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey, buddy!
The Duke. Nice.
Awesome.
They all look so good.
They do look really good. That's the best part of the show.
Hey, nice moves. I had a feeling you knew how to handle yourself.
Cool attacking that flame head. Thanks, Pipsqueak.
They're like the
Who
lost.
you calling
They're like the
Pipsqueak?
Lost Boys.
Yep.
It's great
That's
to have
always
a
what it is.
waterbender on our side.
And, what is her name?
Who are you people?
I forget what her name is.
Or the good guys.
I don't remember. Smellerbee.
Where's he taking him?
Pipsqueak knows how to take out the garbage. You coming?
The little
wheat stock or whatever.
And if you add plates here,
Grass.
yeah, here we go.
all you
They
need
are
to do
doing
is
the air
install a
balloons.
valve. Dad doesn't really pay attention to stuff like this. He's got more important things to worry about.
The world is filled with warriors, but there are far too few great engineers.
No, this is just a hobby. My role is to protect the village and be a warrior, just like Dad.
Protecting the ones we love is important, but I also know we must pursue the talents that we've been given. Sokka, you're a gifted engineer. Don't ignore that. You must embrace it.
People who saw the bombings also saw a burst of green flame. Tinkar salt burns green. It's a mineral tanners use to cure animal skins. They came up here to dig it out of the mountain. I think he sometimes wishes I was more like him. Don't get me wrong, he's incredible. After the Fire Nation attacked our village, he kept us alive. He built our life here. I want him to see that we have to do everything we can to save the world. Because if not us, then who?
Welcome.
Wow.
Omashu isn't what it used to be. In the old days, the city stood strong, but as the war dragged on, King lost his nerve, grew tired, senile. Let corruption spring up all around him. Fire Nation seeped in through the cracks. That's where we
They
come
haven't
in.
even introduced Boomy yet.
If not us, then who? We're orphans, refugees. At least that's what we were. What are we now, Smeller Bee?
Freedom fighters!
He's really got, what's his name from Hook
Someone was here
energy.
recently.
He does.
What's his name?
Zuko.
Yeah.
The actor that Zuko
Zuko.
plays. Wait. The actor that plays Zuko. Rufio! Rufio! Rufio!
Here, look. If you mix Tinkar with salt water and then boil it down, you get this. Blasting jelly. A few jars could blow half the neighborhood sky high. What is it? What'd you find?
The firebenders weren't behind the explosion.
When the Fire Nation came to our village, she held them off. Well, my dad had me in a well. Wanted to fight, but he wouldn't let me. When I came back up, they were all gone.
We've got that shared history.
I know what it's like to lose family too. It was quiet the night my mom died
Touches her necklace.
until the soldiers came.
I don't know anything about bending, but I do know that you have to use everything inside you to help you fight.
I remember her getting up every morning before everyone else, seeing her outside the hut, getting to work, preparing breakfast, and every day she would stop when the sun rose. She would watch and smile.
Remember that. Remember the sunrise.
There we go.
We don't have to be afraid of our pain. We just need to decide what we're gonna do with it.
What are you doing? Trying some Omashu barbecue. It's not often you get the opportunity.
This is the great Omashu?
I gather its charms are lost on you.
The dirt, the noise, the stench.
Pie show.
White Lotus.
I like that a lot.
I'm told that Fire Nation agents in the city have taken to sowing terror to weaken the Earthbenders' resistance.
It's not right. Warriors don't hide their faces in a fight. Father would never approve of this underhanded tactic.
It has come to my attention you are involved in a matter vital to the safety of our empire. In return, I will keep in mind your loyalty and cooperation when the time comes for such debts to be paid. Time that may arrive sooner than expected. To the flame eternal, Princess Azula.
It may have taken a while, Lieutenant Day, but we are finally in the big game.
Sokka!
Hey, check this out.
Where's Katara?
I haven't seen her all day. I was helping Sai with his airship model, blasting jelly.
That's not all. We also found these. The ropes from the turnip cart.
So it wasn't the firebenders behind the explosion? It was...
You're not gonna believe this. I know who's behind the bombings. What? No, Jet's not the bad guy.
Sai's done nothing but help us. Well, Jet's a con artist who lied to our faces.
He didn't lie. He's fighting the firebenders and he has to protect himself. Besides, I saw Sai talking to the firebender. He's the traitor.
You don't know what you saw. For all we know, Sai could be working with the King's men to root out spies. He's headed to the palace right now. He could be reporting everything.
Wow, this is
You're
very,
wrong.
very
This is
interesting.
just like you, Katara, willing to believe anything as long as it helps you.
This is just like you, never believing anything I say. I'm so sick of you treating me like I'm a little girl.
Then grow up. Where are you going?
To prove you're a jerk.
Oh, yeah? Well, I don't need proof for that.
What? What? I
You
don't
realized
need
as he
proof for
said
that.
it.
Yeah, I know. Cabbage
Would you
Man!
like to try one of
They're not letting him say it.
Oh.
We just launched a big mission. Things might get a little hot for us around here.
Mission? What mission?
We took care of his partners. Now we need to take care of him.
Jet, what are you gonna do?
Are you hurt? No. No harm done. Okay, no harm done.
She switched it out.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
You're going to blow him up?
This is our chance to burn out this city's diseased heart.
Wow.
Sokka was right. You are the bad guy.
The warehouse we destroyed, that was a meeting spot for spies. And by
They blew up
flushing
the
them out, we
warehouse.
got those 3 yesterday.
Wow.
The mechanist will help us root out even more evil.
Innocent people are gonna die, Jet.
That's the price of freedom. Katara! It's too late! There's nothing you can do to stop it!
You were right.
Shut up and gloat later. Right now, we need to stop Sai.
Okay, here we go.
Why are they not still disguised? Honestly.
Keep your firebending in check, or you'll have the Earth Kingdom army to deal with.
I don't need fire to defeat this boy.
Ouch.
Watch out.
Back up.
Cool. Nice. Wow. Wow. Oh man. Wow. Wow, they worked hard at that. You could tell. They did a good job.
Ready? 1, 2, 3!
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Wow.
Stand and fight!
For what? Why is this so important to you?
You're an enemy of the Fire Nation.
And that's it? That's why you've been hunting me for 3 years?
How do you know it's been 3 years?
Because he has your journal.
Unless... You have my notebook!
Whoa! Oh!
My cabin!
Yeah! Oh my gosh! Oh no!
Waterbend.
Oh no.
Come on, whip it.
Think of the sunrise.
Ooh.
Wow! Wow!
Protect the king!
Oh my goodness. There's so much going on.
Find the firebender and close the gate! Go! Save yourself!
What?
For the Fire Nation!
What? What?
Oh my.
Huh. Oh! That's what the... Okay. I figured it out. Iroh gets arrested in one of the episodes, and he has to get saved by Zuko. So, okay. That's so interesting. Man, all these changes are just wild.
Dang.
What, you were invested?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta keep going.
Wow.
The lightning was crazy. That was like,
So much rolled into one.
just speaking of the main plot points, like discard the Azula stuff. That was like 4 storylines rolled into one of the original.
Yeah.
Jet, Omashu, the Northern Air Temple, which they now put in Omashu, and then the storyline of Zuko saving Uncle Iroh started.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think? How'd you feel about it?
I mean, it was a lot, but I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
I feel like it worked.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think my main thing is I have no idea why they chose to introduce Azula so early, and I'm not convinced about her, May, and Ty Lee.
What do you mean you're not convinced?
Like their vibe feels like almost parody-esque. I don't know if that's the right word. It's just in the same way. I think it's the same sort of kind of like awkwardness as the first episode, where you're introducing me to characters now for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm instantly going to compare those character introductions.
Mm-hmm.
And the character introductions for May, Ty Lee, and Azula in the animated show are just so impactful. And all 3 of them are saved for the second season.
Mm.
So we're in episode 3 of the first season.
Yeah.
And you're bringing them in. I feel like they didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why they would. I think maybe toward the end of this season would have been better.
Yeah, it just feels like a lot stuffed into one thing.
That's the main thing. I don't know if I would feel that way if the Azula stuff wasn't introduced.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have taken their time a little bit more with just the Zhao, Zhao being this conniving person who's now in with Zuko and Iroh,
Mm-hmm.
and him being conniving, which like those scenes, keep those scenes in, just omit the Azula stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that they really fit the Zhao. They took the Zhao and Mechanist storylines and combined them. And I think that was really, really good.
Mm.
I think that was really strong, personally.
You mean Omashu?
No, the Jet.
Oh, yeah.
Did I say it wrong?
You said Zhao.
Oh, the Jet and Mechanist storylines.
Mm.
And they basically made them 2 sides of the same story.
Mm-hmm.
Of who is the traitor and who is the person who is like too heavy-handed and innocents are getting in the way and stuff. So they have that going for them. And then they said, let's put the setting in Omashu.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was really, really smart from a writing standpoint.
Hmm.
Because they're so limited that they fit a whole, I think they naturally fit a Zuko fight into the setting of Omashu with Jet playing on Katara's character arc and the Mechanist playing on Sokka's character arc.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt like it was strong because it focused mostly on Katara as a character, which
Mm-hmm.
I think we needed, but it got a little bit of Sokka in there.
Mm-hmm.
And they can stretch that out into the Boomy stuff in the next episode
Mm-hmm.
for both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that was really clever, honestly. I think that's a really clever writing choice.
Hmm.
So I don't know how you feel about that. The Azula stuff, I don't feel that way as much with the lightning. The first scene that we see her in the animated show is when she's trying lightning, and then she shoots it off. And that's the first time you see lightning in that show.
Mm-hmm.
And she has the 2 like old ladies are like, it was almost perfect. There's 1 hair out of place.
Mm.
And her first line is like, that's not good enough.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like basically something like that. I don't know if it's word for word, but
Mm-hmm.
that's her character introduction.
Mm-hmm.
And that is such a good character introduction.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just she's so strikingly venomous,
Mm-hmm.
right? That the first thing that you see her do is shoot lightning out of her fingertips like Palpatine. And then she says, 1 hair out of place is not good enough. Almost perfect is not good enough, and she's just angry, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Yeah, I get what you mean.
seeing her get joy out of people being burned that she was like helping, it like shows that sadistic side of things, but not the kind of like OCD, manic, almost nearly psychotic, but not like in the sense that like she like wants to see people burn, but in the sense that like her personally, her insecurity. You know what I mean? Like,
she like
that opening moment
absolutely has to be perfect.
That opening moment defines her character all the way up until the point in which when she has her psychotic break at the end of the show and is just maniacal and just crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to make her maniacal and crazy at the start. Her being like, yes, people being burned alive in front of me. Like, oh, it smells great. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's just, why fix a wheel that isn't broken? Right? You could have just recreated that scene one for one and I would have liked it.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't need to. I liked the storyline. Would have been a very interesting storyline if they stretched out and we were like, who is this character? And it was stretched out over the whole episode. And you saw her like creating relationships with like rebels or whatever. And then she turns out to be just this horrible person because she sells them all out, you know, and you don't realize it's Azula the whole time.
That would have been fun.
That would have been really fun. But whatever. So yeah. What did you think about the fight?
Good. The choreography is really enjoyable.
Yeah. I think the mise en scène, or the design, overall design, the visual aesthetic, and the choreography, strongest points. And I think that I think that there's something to say about how they're blending. Like kudos to the clever writing that is blending certain storylines. I think, and doing it pretty well. So yeah, we're 3 episodes in, so I don't know how the next episodes are going to go, but I think that they are, if they can take this thing, which I think is so far a good thing, because it's trying to be honorable and faithful to the source material. That's what makes it a good thing. If they take that and then improve upon it in the second season, I think we'll have something special in our hands for sure. Yeah. Sorry, I know I'm really opinionated about this show. Yeah,
I agree. Those are good thoughts. I thought the stuff with Katara and like the memory of her mom was cool. That was a nice touch. I like how they're not like just like removing things, but they're also adding new things, you know, like little details or pieces that are like, they're being creative and trying to like spice it up a little. Not just that
give this iteration of Katara something that makes her memorable. Yeah. Yeah, and her story that makes it memorable. Because she has her mom is such a big thing of her character in the original, but especially in this first season, most of that is connected to like the necklace and the fact that she was taken or that she was killed, right? Something that is specific to this version. Is that what you mean? Yeah.
I'm not quite like convinced by Iroh. I don't know. It's not quite there for me. I feel like most of the cast is like I'm like accepting it and like believing they're the main cast, you know?
I feel that way about characters. All of them, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But that's only because it might be because they're new and it's the start, you know?
You're just getting used to it.
You're getting used to it and they're getting used to it.
Yeah.
Sokka is the best.
Their rhythm.
Sokka feels the most like who he is. And Suki was a really good character. Katara, I'm liking more and more. She seems to be stepping into her own. Aang, I feel like all of them definitely have the flavor, the taste profile of their animated counterparts. Iroh feels he just doesn't have the wisdom in his vocal tone.
Yeah.
It's not deep enough. It's too up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the timbre of his voice.
Like the line delivery, like, and it's like sort of stiff. And and I think what makes, I feel like a big thing is like the voice of Iroh, that it's so, it's like rich and deep and like, and he speaks so slowly. He speaks with like, he like exudes jasmine tea. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's all about like, he's like very wise and he's all about like enjoying your experiences in life and slow.
This guy's too tall. This guy's too tall
and
like
stiff and like
yeah.
And I'm like, but Iroh needs to be like
Iroh's the kind of guy.
Jasmine
So when
tea.
Iroh gets arrested, so that's what I'm saying. He gets arrested in this, and Iroh gets arrested in the animated show. He's sitting in a hot spring bath that he heated himself naked for hours and hours, and he falls asleep there. Right? This guy is way too like.
They're trying to do it with like him sampling the foods and like. But he's
way too jovial.
Yeah.
Like Iroh is jovial, but he literally comes across as like this like war general that lost everything. Like you can see that in his like in who he is in the original show.
It's how
don't,
can a cartoon character be so
I don't know.
nuanced?
It feels more like this guy Carson Teva from The Mandalorian. I don't know the actor's name.
That's who that is.
He's too confident. He's too forthright. Even in the first episode when he's like, you should just give up this thing with the Avatar. It's like that sort of line does not come until season 2. It does not. When he's screaming at him because he's like, you haven't caught my hints yet? You haven't caught what I've said, that we're in Ba Sing Se now and let's just live our lives as refugees and we don't need the Fire Nation. They did nothing good for us. Like all these things. Like it's time for you to decide who you want to be, not what your father wants you to be. Like he's yelling it at him in season 2 only because he hasn't even said anything like that leading up to it.
He's been holding back.
He's been holding back. He's not holding anything back in this, right?
There's nothing like veiled. He's just like, dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
I'm going to say everything I think.
Yeah,
and
it's true. It's true. I don't know. Again, it's one of those things where if they can learn and maybe they're being so forthright with each character that they start to feel a little bit like I said, like parodies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That they start to feel a little bit like less like their own, but more less. I'm not saying that. I'm not contradicting myself or trying to contradict myself by saying that it needs to be more like it. But I guess I'm just saying that they're trying to play on the like general aesthetic without like the nuance,
like you can pull back a little bit.
Yeah, just pull back a little bit, right? And that's the case for the writing too. Like with Azula, I was like, this young actress saw the character of Azula as being this kind of sassy, like hothead who like wants power and is ambitious, right? And so she's like, I'm gonna play it like that, I'm gonna play it like I'm this like I'm the top of the high school class, I'm the top girl in my high school class, right? Right? And I'm like, that's not exactly who Azula is, She's more like the girl in high school who is now, again, this is only one episode. She's more like the girl in high school who's like, I'm going to be president. You know what I mean? And I'm going to be as cutthroat as possible to get there.
And you peasants are so beneath me.
Yeah, exactly. And she's too cunning and too sly. Yeah. So again, I don't know.
They still have time.
Less Sharpay, more Hillary Clinton. That's what I'm saying. Sorry, bad reference. That was bad. I'll keep it in there though.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Sharpay.
We'll see.
Give it time. Let it cook.
Let it cook.
Yeah.
Let it cook. I'm not complaining. I'm having a good time. That's the main thing. And hopefully it's bringing people to the animated show. I don't need this to be superior or even as good as the animated show. I just need it to honor the animated show and make it something that is equally worth watching in enjoyment of the source material. You know what I mean? Like it having its own version, having its own flavor, right?
Feels like they're doing that so far.
So far they're doing that. So kudos to
We're having a good
to
time.
the creators. Yeah, it's good.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode with us. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more. Also, go check out our Patreon where we have full-length uncut reactions, and leave a comment letting us know what you thought of this episode. And we will see you next time.
See you then.